Nothing. Oh, look, they give a new little prompt and man. This shit done upgrade.
What you mean? What? Oh, that it let y'all know that.
Yeah, let us know. I mean, it doesn't let you know because
I've always
got
that. I always got that little prompt. I just
okay.
you guys didn't get though. It's all good. I hate that the whole recording and well, I guess it's good to do that so everybody can know it's recording.
What was about to say. So obviously, if you're listening to this right now, Team USA on all levels, men and women, have all won Olympic gold. Shout out to the men.
Team USA
shout out to the
basketball.
Women. Basketball,
yes.
My bad. Team USA men's and women's basketball have took home gold after everybody was talking shit about Team USA men, which I feel like we were kind of included that. We felt. I don't know if it was more me or Rail that was like, we don't think they're gonna bring home a medal. I don't remember. We're optimistic. Draymond went on a little Twitter rant yesterday.
Shut the fuck up, Draymond.
That's more of what I want to talk about. That's more of what I want to talk about. I loved it. I loved
it because they want to collect receipts because we had expectations that you were supposed to win. Of course, Draymond.
See, this is the thing where this is the thing that
and then everybody says the bullshit excuse. Oh, they caught up to the world. No, they just play like shit.
No, this is the problem I have is because we keep focusing on the negative again. We're going back to the negative. Well, you did what you were supposed to do. No, how about we just have pride and we have we quickly downed on this team and quickly said all the negativity about this team. The team that wasn't even a full team yet.
There was a lot of people saying we wouldn't even medal.
We found out the 3 key players they needed.
I thought France was the only team that could give us a fight, though. To be honest with you,
we needed. I know they're going to talk about how much KD is how important, how KD stepped up.
We should be thanking KD every single day that he decided, because we would have all been straight if KD would have been like, you know what, guys, I played a long season. I just came off an Achilles. I'm cool.
Thank God they didn't make a Dame's team because. He played like shit the whole. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. He played like shit the whole tournament. He played like shit the whole tournament. I didn't want to build that.
He had games where he led the team in scoring.
The turnovers, the defense. He didn't play well.
He wasn't 100%. Yeah, he came in.
Why be out there?
Because he did. He wanted to play.
Because he wanted to win gold. The man might never win a ring his entire NBA career. What do you mean? Why be out there?
If he can contribute,
niggas are complaining about the schedule the whole time, and then everybody got extra legs down.
Come on, man. No, look, they have every right to collect every receipt because there was a lot of shit talk.
How you not believe his injury when a nigga need to get surgery? The nigga legit needs to go get surgery. That's reported. Like, he needs to get surgery.
If I'm Portland, I'm throwing my hands up. What the fuck, nigga? Why was you over there to begin with?
Because he wanted to win gold.
Now you sit there putting that above all. Like, we can't.
No, I'm just saying Dame played like shit. Dame played like shit. He played like shit.
Hurt Dame played like shit.
I don't want to hear about him being hurt.
There's no win for this team, and that's why I'm like, you know what? You can talk all your shit, collect all the receipts, do all that, because no matter what. They win. That was what you were supposed to do. You shouldn't have lost the other game. Well, They didn't have their full roster. We talk about KD turned up. He did. But Drew Holiday, again, shows how important Drew Holiday is. Like, Drew Holiday is having a year.
People was talking shit about the Evan Fournier game. And it was like, he was cooking Drew. It was like, Drew just won the title and had to do a 16-hour flight. And probably probably said what's up to these niggas, and they threw him out on the court to guard Evan Fournier, who feels like, I don't know, he feels like he's Tony Parker with a jump shot when he plays for his fucking national team.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, also, he went out there, he didn't know exactly what the playbook was, they just threw him out there. And keep in mind, he actually did play well in that game offensively. He did. He brought them back.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he played.
He actually brought them back into the game. Remember, he led that team. He led the team in scoring that game. And
he did.
The bench. So
cool. We're bigging up Team USA, but I want to shit on entity real quick. And this was talked about on the Bill Simmons podcast. I feel like Peacock fumbled this whole situation up, man. I can't tell you how many times where I already had Peacock before the Olympics. So I was like, I'm good. I'm Gucci. To consume my Olympic watching, right? I can't tell you how many times where it felt like it was so complicated to watch games or to find track and field or to find
how
swimming.
Do you know what was live? That was the
never knew what was live at the time. I was like, why is this so hard for you guys to understand? You guys have a fucking app. Like,
and it hasn't all broken down, but it was all stuff from the past.
And then specifically about basketball, men's basketball. There was one time where I went on there and I was not. It was a day. I don't know if Team USA was playing that day, but whatever, they weren't on, and I just was trying to watch Slovenia.
Yeah,
I was trying to watch Luka and play somebody else. They only cared about US. They only care about US. Again, I get it. Like, you only care. Like, you feel like if we're here, we only care about watching US. I was like, no, I want to watch Slovenia play basketball. I want to watch Luka play.
I will say this. Bomani had a great point. The Olympics, like, them having basketball is more for those that are like that's for us, the basketball. Like, so it's not as much as basketball is popular.
A lot of more casuals tune in to watch swimming.
The showcase is the other athletes.
People tune in for the swimming
because
all the running is like running and the gymnastics is the highlight.
Because those athletes have never get a chance to be on TV like Devin Booker. You know,
yeah, exactly. Also, they're the story in the sense that that's the Olympics is for the casual viewer. The basketball,
because you just turn it on and just like, oh, look and what's on. Why you get the stupid ball throw where they go like this and they fucking you sit there for like an hour just watching the fucking the javelin.
What's gonna get you to continue watching? Number one, country pride. Number two, the story. So the story of a person that it's like, man, they had to train so hard, where they came from, all this stuff, even their family. That is more, and also
dedicated 4 years of your life nonstop to be here to put on your Olympic performance. I can't tell you, and he's here, and I hope he doesn't barge in when I say this. My dad is my dad's Jamaican. He went out of his way to make sure to tell me when the three Jamaican women won the 100 that they came in 1, 2, and 3. When I tell you this man, I saw it. I didn't see it live, but I saw the highlights of it or whatever. Right, this man went out of his way to come and tell me because he has so much pride. I was like, Pops, I saw it. I was like, I saw the 3 Jamaican women and finish 1, 2, 3 I think it was the 100. If I'm wrong, somebody please correct me.
It was the 100. I think, it was the 100.
I think it was the 100. Which, they're considered the fastest women in the world now.
Looks like we needed somebody, y'all.
She wasn't there.
You know what I'm saying?
She wasn't there.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, USA.
Like we needed somebody.
Yeah. That sucks too. How old is she?
We got smoked.
We got smoked. How old is she?
I believe she's 22. No, 21. So she can come back.
Oh, okay.
She'll be like,
where's the next? I'm asking a whole bunch of questions y'all probably don't. Do y'all know where the next Olympics is at now?
Paris.
It's in Paris. Oh, that's pretty fly. Oh, that's gonna be a fly one.
Yep, Paris.
That's gonna be fly. One day I'm gonna tell my story of how I was supposed to go to the Rio Olympics, but that's a story for another day. That's a story for another day down the timeline. I was supposed to go to Rio Olympics.
Well, the Olympics is about to wrap up, so you're gonna tell it next week. That means.
Yeah, that's a story for another day. Nobody wants to hear about that right now. That's a story for another day. I had to give it all up to go to the Rio Olympics. That was supposed to be me.
You was ready to.
I probably was at the time.
But yeah, I would say this. At first I didn't want to give Peacock a hard time because I was like, it's hard to they're across the world. It's hard, but I don't think they knew what they were doing with their.
They fumbled it. They fumbled it real bad.
App. Not to mention they actually got right, which I barely watched it, but the only thing they really got right was
the finals.
was that, but I was gonna say
men's finals and the women's finals.
Snoop and getting Snoop and Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Letting them just be free.
I mean, because you know what else they did that sucked too? And I think this is just more of an NBC thing, which I think. Why are they not allowing social media, Twitter
they have exclusive rights?
Yeah, I know, but like
rights.
For the Olympics, you don't want to share that shit. Like, I hated going on my timeline and talking about
the Olympics. They paid a lot of money.
I know, but
that's why
like team.
It's surprising because
if I was them, ESPN, Turner, NBA, they share highlights of them. They share highlights and shit with them all the time.
Yeah,
I just thought it was weird.
I mean, it's always been that way. That's I'm not surprised. What I was surprised about was I did see like highlights on sports, and when we were in Miami, we'll get to that later. But when we were in Miami, I actually finally turned on the TV before the night before. Leaving, and they actually had like highlights of the races on. Usually, it would just show photos, and it actually showed the race.
I hate that, man.
Which was surprising.
I hate that. I remember when UFC was tight with their and boxing was tight with their video content for ESPN, where they just had to show photos, and somebody had to explain it to me. And I was just like, "That's whack." I was like, you want the casuals to be involved and see the fight. I mean, I guess if you feel like it's too violent or whatever, just don't show them landing crazy punches. Just show video of them in the ring. But they'd be able to show more now.
Yeah, ESPN has kind of been like at first, like back before like UFC got so big. ESPN was because of the violence, but then also it's pay-per-view, and they have to pay so much to get those.
Just don't show.
No, I'm talking about ESPN.
Crazy punches. Just show them dancing in the ring. Show miss punches. Just show like I hate when, again, I don't consume ESPN like that anymore anyway, but like when you go there to hear about a fight or whatever, and they just show pictures of punches and stuff, and I'm just like what year is this? Why are we still doing this? Why is this so hard?
It's just exclusive rights stuff, the money stuff, and now it's like they have to pay so much to get like even just get the content. But I think I don't know, like I truly just you would think that nowadays that they would be able to pay. There's a number that they can put up to get the rights and stuff, but sometimes I know why NBC is doing it. NBC paid a lot of money to have the Olympics, so it's like they want to. I
see. They couldn't wait to get Maria Taylor. They couldn't wait to get Maria Taylor on the fucking plane to go out there and cover the Olympics.
Also, they don't want like what they were trying to do, which was weird because this is the hard part about things. It's like what they didn't want is people going to Twitter to see it instead of
to consume it.
Go see the race instead of watching it on the chat on the app.
Again, I'm no
because a lot of stuff
algorithm nerd or techno nerd, but just don't allow them to see the whole race. But at the same time, I saw the three Jamaican women win 1, 2, and 3. I saw that on Twitter. Yeah, I saw them announce them winning, and then I don't know, maybe an hour or 2 hours later, I saw the 3-minute race on Twitter.
What I'm thinking is they don't want it to be out there before they put it on television or anything. So they want it to be consumed by them first, and then afterwards they can put it out there because it's all about making all that money like off of the Olympics. So I understand it. it. So yeah, you saying you saw like a couple of, that means they already showed it on. They don't want it to be seen there first, and then nobody's gonna go to watch it later on. It sucks because it's also one of those things where it's like the results come out before anybody like
it's gonna be
and
that's what Twitter is.
Since it's across the world,
Twitter beats the news a lot all the time. Twitter beats the news.
But that's why I'm like,
the only thing that was frustrating for me is like when I was trying to watch Luca. They didn't care about me watching any other
showed that you could watch the
country.
Game. It showed you could watch the game, but it was only highlights.
It was only highlights. I was like, no, I want to watch the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the only part that got me.
Yeah, it made it a little hard. I was kind of turned down about these Olympics. I didn't really.
Peacock do better. Peacock do better.
It sucks that they didn't have fans. Also sucks, like, you risking a lot for a medal. And
yeah.
So.
I mean, shout out to them for being able to get through probably during another awful time. When the Delta is Delta out here, and things are looking like not so much. I've become more optimistic in the coming weeks. I was one of the ones that said it looks like we're headed towards another shutdown, but now I see that I don't think that's possible. And now that time has passed, we've learned a lot more. Sorry to turn this to a COVID thing, but we've learned a lot more about the virus and what we can do and can't do, and what slows the spread. I just think we're gonna have a lot more restrictions, and obviously, with New York now, I wanted to talk about this on the pod too, but New York now literally having you have to show them that you're vaccinated to go to certain places and do certain shit, which is wild.
I always wondered.
I don't know if it's wild in a good thing or wild in a bad way, but
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Stop bullshitting. Go get it. If you want to do normal shit, you got time to go do normal shit, go get vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? It's period.
That's how we feel. Obviously, I've been called a COVID warrior. I've been called, you talk all about the vax when the shit initially dropped. You was talking about all the vax, and then I still see people, on my timeline anyways, posting like, I'm not getting that shit. Like they'll post anything, and this is what kills me about black people. We got to do better. They'll post anything that the Shade Room posts. Like the Shade Room is NBC or CNBC. It's like, hey, 2 people who are fully vaccinated dies from COVID, and then, mind you, won't read the story. That it's like, if you actually click on the link that they do, thank God they actually do that. Where it's like, oh, this person had health complications. This person had, something wrong with their lungs. Like they literally had something wrong with them, and that, pushed them to die. Not just the vaccine, but whatever. I mean, we as people don't see that. We're just quick to see the post that the Shade Room post where it's like, and I know the Shade Room got to do what the Shade Room do. They trying to get clicks and they got to do that shit. So it's easy for them to just be like, 2 people who are fully vaccinated die from COVID shot, and it's like, okay, well, as soon as that happens, black people are just gonna comments.
It's not even like, that's why I'm like, it's not a black people thing, because that's literally what Fox was doing, and then they realized, this is affecting.
I just said it was black people because I saw it on the Shade Room, and that was like more prominent, where I was like, I know that's where a lot of us retweet and posted that shit, and we take that shit as gospel.
Yeah, my issue with things is, it's funny because we like to talk about, like, the number one thing about stuff now is, I think people believe they're smarter than they actually are, me included. That's why I started to back away from things, because it's like, I don't really know a lot of stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But and we feel like, since we have this access, and then it's I'm gonna do my own research, which is I think that's the funniest thing in the world, because your own research is actually somebody else's research, and also it's actually you can find.
I think we lost Jess.
Yeah,
they done got Jesse. See, you started talking about COVID, and they got Jesse.
The internet shut the nigga down.
It is shut the nigga down. There it is.
All right, he's
Jesse
back.
there?
All right, yeah.
There you go.
No,
they came and got you. They came and got you. You good?
I saw that. No, what I was saying is just like, what people say is research. It's like, no, what your research is reading somebody else's shit on Facebook or Twitter or something. Or you do know research is somebody else's work, right? So when you're reading,
you're just going on Google and finding somebody else's work. Doing
this deep research.
Yeah.
You also think about it this way. What you type in is very specific. Google knows what it's an algorithm. If you ever, there's I forgot what the doc is called, but when you type something in, it's already finishing what you're saying, right? So if you're looking for something specific, there's already something that's going to be there about that.
Yeah, it's going to find something to back up your argument too.
Exactly. So there is no true research you're doing unless you're really looking like those forgot what those journal entry research runners that are deep into research and deep into things. I can say a lot about vaccines and stuff, but I'm not going to go into that. Anybody that wants to know truth about things, if you want to stop wearing a mask, do what's necessary to do that. Or if you don't want to stop, if you don't want to do what's necessary, don't complain. That's all I can say.
Basically, like I said in the beginning of this pandemic, and we can move on and we can start the pod after this, unless Real got something to say. I'm obviously, like Jesse said, I'm no expert, no scientist, no any of that, and I know how people don't have trust in the government or in the people that they post and show on television all the time, right? And I get that the government itself has caused that. So that's their own fault. But until proven wrong, I'm just gonna believe motherfuckers that got white coats on. And that again, that's just who I am. If they suggest this is the way we should be going, and then just following the patterns, like just we've been dealing with COVID for over 2 years now. Like we know more than we've known back then. So just remember when everybody was not that we shouldn't be sanitary health conscious. Remember when we thought we could touch it get it from keyboards, from people touching, or from woods, or you're not going to get COVID from touching, going to a restaurant and touching a spoon that somebody has COVID. That's not how it transferred. Like we've learned that, like we've grown so much from then to now on that shit. So like, just be smart when you're out and about and you're around a large group of people. Put on your mask. If you're in the open space and it's not a lot of people, just you necessarily don't have to. It's just this, like Jesse said, just be smart.
Be smart and do what's necessary. Like my thing is this, and this is the last thing I would say. Everybody getting mad at Fauci or getting mad at CDC or getting mad at people where it's like, oh, they say one thing today and then it's different.
I will say this, and I'll cut you off and then you can let you go. And this is not fair to any we do need another mascot, because I think people are we've seen Fauci so much that his voice, just like a coach in the locker room, when you have the same coach for too long, his voice gets a little more, it's not as prominent. Since Fauci's been out here being the voice of COVID and saying we got to do this, and again, he could be 100% right, like whatever, and there's a whole bunch of people that don't believe anything that man says. I just feel like once we hear from the same voice so long, his voice becomes, and again, it's just the human nature. His voice becomes a little more dimmer and it's not as prominent.
The problem is when he says one thing and then it's like, okay, well, actually maybe this, which the problem, I do blame this on social media. I do blame this on like our current atmosphere of like consuming things. It's like, because he says one thing one day and then it's probably different the next day, right?
Sounds like a virus.
You are taking, I understand. First and foremost, he had to start from behind. Number one. Number two, it's like, I don't know what I'm dealing with. Like I'm learning this as I go.
We're learning as we go. That's what people didn't take into account.
Last time I remember when I was in elementary school, when you're doing a scientific project, you go through the whole thing, like trial and error. You're figuring it out as you go, as you're doing the thing.
No, they expect him to know everything about it from Jump Street, and that's wrong.
The problem is you expect him to go out there every single day to say something, and it was like, well, I don't know, you know what I mean? And that's what sucks, is because we want to hear something every single day. What maybe this works today and tomorrow, and you know what I mean? I'm going through, when there's a pandemic or there's a disease out there or anything that's out there, this is the proper steps to go through that we've gone through of figuring out what we have to do. And people expected him to know what it was from day one, from month one, from like it's what now we have a new variant. Everybody's like, oh, now there's a new variant. When am I supposed to? I'm learning and figuring this out. We created a vaccine.
It's growing. It's a growing. It's like,
and we are
he's not gonna know everything. He's learning. He's got to. You guys want him to have the right data, and then, like I said, we can move off this. You guys want him to have the right data on everything, but data takes time.
Yeah,
just like everything, we have to
figure themselves out. Time. It's today's like society is like we have to be this finished product of knowing everything or being this. It's no growth. There's no allowing to figure things out. There's no.
Yep.
I made a mistake. And then I learning from that mistake, there's none of that no more. And it sucks, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
All right. I guess starting with that happy news, I guess we can get to some real happy news. I knew that was going to happen when I was going to start.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Welcome to episode 85 of Those Millennials Podcast. Today, I am your highly favored, grateful host, K the Classic. I'm here with my nearest and dearest, my boys in real life. Jesse's here. What's up, Jess?
What's good?
Rail's here. What's going on, Rail?
What it do?
We are back from vacation. Before we get to vacation vibes, though, we talk about vacation vibes, I want to give a huge, big shout out to Iman on our last pod. It was fantastic. We appreciate her coming through our highest watched YouTube video so far in our new YouTube journey. Look at this nigga Jesse still promoting. The book is over there. It's not near me. She's welcome anytime. We'll gladly have her back. She was fantastic. I'm sure we'll have her back when she's finished with the chapter 2, part 2. Let's call it part 2 of the book.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, shout out to everybody that consumed that. That was one of our best listens and watches in a minute now. So we appreciate, and we love. We're trying new things. That was new for us to do an interview. We want to promote people that we love and that are doing the right thing. So if you want to come on here and you want us to support you and you want to come and do an interview, or you want to come on and just see if you have podcasting chops, just hit us up on the Instagrammies, on the Twitters. Just let us know. From there, I want to give a big shout out to my little cousin who had her son Aries. Let me get his name right. I'm sorry. I should have been prepared for this. My little cousin Lori. Shout out to Lori for having her son Aries Stephen Jones yesterday. So shout out to her first son. Sorry, I'm sick, so that's why I haven't gone to go see him, but I will next weekend. And also, real quick, in dad news, my daughter is crawling now, so I've been, now I got to baby proof the crib. So this is where daddy's at right now. So yeah, a lot of things going on in the personal. But now, fellas, we are back from vacation. Really, really good vacation in Miami. For those who wanted to see pictures and vibes, those will be posted after this podcast on those millennials feed. I'm gonna do a photo dump of my own too on my feed. I haven't done it yet because I've just been so busy doing shit. But yeah, man, I know Rail's been to Miami. Me and Jesse have not. That was our first time. So don't make fun of us for geeking out or newbieing out on Miami. We had vibe. It was our second annual guys trip, and I think it was pretty successful, if I do say so myself.
Yes, it was.
Rail, I'm sure I know you dying to tell some Miami stories. So get your shit off, man. Get your shit off.
Nah, it was a good trip, yo. I mean, we landed there Thursday morning, Kev? Was it Thursday morning?
Yeah, Thursday morning. I mean, you were first.
Yeah, we landed Thursday morning. Everything was good. The highlight was the boat trip. The little boat booze cruise we did, that was off the chain. In the meeting, rapper Compton Menace, I want to shout him out.
Yeah, shout out to Compton Menace.
Me and the homie Deshaun, shout out Deshaun. We were sitting outside.
Shout out to Devious.
And Compton Menace, the rapper, he can see him on the movie. He's known from Straight Outta Compton. He He was the dude that hopped on the bus. He also is like say great catalog of music. Dude showed us love on what was that, Friday, Jesse, or Saturday? Showed us love all over Miami.
Friday.
Friday.
So what you want to say is you got swooped like some groupies with the rapper, which I'm not mad at all.
I'm not. It wasn't even.
Oh no, actually, it was Saturday.
It was Saturday. It had to be Saturday.
It was
after the Boost Cruise. It was after the cruise.
We met him outside, and he was just happy to see some niggas from Cali, just out in Florida. So he and it was like, hey, when we slide, y'all slide. And we ended up Ubering to a part of Miami. It was a part of Miami where it's like
y'all call vibes.
Before we got out the car, we were like,
it was hell there.
Yeah. We were like, if we get out and if it looks some bullshit, we're getting right back in this fucking Uber. Because it's like 1:00 in the morning and we're 30 minutes away from the hotel. Like we're pretty far from the hotel. And
yeah, man.
And we as we pull up, Compton Menace is already outside. We went inside the strip club. He bought a bottle, threw a bunch of money. Shit was crazy. I mean, and pulled us up. Then we went to another spot, and we slid across Miami at 2:00 in the morning. And somebody else shit. It was fucking weird. We literally took a random person. We took a ride from somebody we had just met that
when
day.
y'all told me this, I was like, this is very random, but the shit, like, hey man, shit random. Apparently random shit. But we saw Kevin Knox randomly at our hotel in Miami. Like we saw Kevin Knox.
I saw Emmanuel quickly too.
Like we saw Kevin Knox randomly. Shout out to Kevin Knox. You know, we'll talk about where you supposed to be playing later in the pod. Yeah, just like random. Like I've been telling people that have been asking me about Miami, I was like, the stories, if you ever have been to Miami, whatever you heard is true. It's whatever you've heard, whatever story you possibly heard about Miami, it is true. It's the most beautiful, amazing, touristy, fun, crazy. Oh, don't let me start on the hustlers on South Beach, like. Remember,
got that gas.
Yeah. Like
that perp,
I got that guy. What the one of them called
and I may or may not have purchased a few from these niggas.
gas, smoke, perp, got that gas.
I may or may not have bought some.
It was
Rel. One of them asked Rel was like, "Yo, I got that." What did he say?
Oh,
what was the word he used?
Oh, no. There was one that was like, I got that gas and smoke. So I got.
No, he said something. Rel was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And he like, Rel got, how Rel get Rel. What was the word he used, Rel?
You remember? Za. He said Za.
Oh,
yeah,
again,
that was a big one too. First and foremost,
he didn't call it Zaza. He said Za.
Yeah, he called it Za. First and foremost, there was one like every 5 to 10 steps,
bro.
Like there was no space.
The hustle was real. You can always tell.
It's a street dispensary.
Yeah,
you can tell who, like, we gonna keep it G. We ain't no snitches or nothing. But like, if we wanted to get these motherfuckers out of here, it's like, oh, that one's selling. Oh, that he right there selling.
Well, we don't need.
I'm saying if we were, I'm not saying they were. I'm saying they made it obvious. I'm saying my thing was they made it obvious.
Clear as day. There was
clear. That's my thing. They made it clear as day. That was my thing. Like they was
for something I'm not even for, bro.
I'm not for it either. Yeah. But I'm saying they made it obvious as fuck.
It was, yeah, but it was.
They made it obvious as hell. You could tell who was there, out of towners, doing out of town shit, catching vibes, being on the beach, being on South Beach, and the other ones who was out there working.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to the Clevelander. That spot is dope.
Shout out to the Clevelander. I've heard, man, that the fact that Dan Levitard worked for ESPN for years,
still working in
just stamps that man's career even further to me. That he's one of the best in media. If I already felt like he was one of the best in media, but like he's one of the best in sports media.
He said
that he was able to get his shit off and do everything that he did,
and he
at the Clevelander.
He lives it not too far from there either.
So wild, bro. Dan Levitard, you're a legend, bro. Shout out to what's the name of their new media group?
Metalark.
Shout out to Metalark Media.
But yeah.
Go ahead, just
the vibes is real. Like Kev said, everything that you hear, it's there. It's that, and more and more. Like I will also say
you guys got to see y'all Yanks play. Y'all got to see the Yanks get a dub.
We definitely did. We definitely did.
Mhm.
I will say this. I forgot the homie's name, but he said, if you coming out here looking for love, come to the
the dude at the store. Yeah.
No, was at the store or
both of them said it. Both of them said it. Both of them said it. So it was like it was dude at the store, and then the dude that was giving us a ride, he said, don't come in here looking for a girlfriend or love, because the next day you're gonna get a bunch of new numbers. Like, I will say this, people are out there to vacation and have a good time. Like they say, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Nah, whatever happens in Miami, shit.
Man, I can see myself living a lot. Like that might be my next move.
Change the slogan.
You know, that might be my. I might have to go ahead and spend a year or two out there because there's a lot that I haven't discovered yet, and that we didn't even tap into. That me and Jesse can go. Me and Jesse, Kev, you can't come. But me and Jesse, there's a lot of shit, Jesse, we haven't even tapped into.
I will say this, and this is my opinion, and my opinion only. This is a hot take.
Okay.
Vegas is overrated compared to Miami.
Definitely.
I 100% agree.
Definitely.
I agree.
Definitely.
Vegas has always been overrated to me, but yeah, Vegas is
that's kind of cap.
he said now you've gone too far.
No. I said it's always been overrated, as in people make it seem like you go out there and you're having this great time the moment you step into Vegas.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And it's like
you can fall in that.
You can have a great time.
You could fall into having a good time in Miami.
You can have a good
just fall.
In Miami, you just need to walk down. Tell me, you're gonna find yourself.
The greatest road trip ever is the 3 hours between California and Vegas. That's the greatest road trip ever. It just adds that much anticipation to the Vegas trip.
But that's what I'm saying. Vegas.
As soon as you pass ZZ, the exit that has the three Z's and the X's and the Y. I forgot the name of that exit.
You know, remember? Hold on, nothing could build pretty up. I remember one time we came out here, like I think one of the first times we came out to Vegas. I came out to Vegas like $40 in my fucking pocket for the weekend, and me and Kev, I had to survive off of cheap shit the whole weekend. I knew that day I'd stop being broke, I'd never be broke again. That was it. I low-key hated Vegas for the longest because I realized how much shit I couldn't do.
Well, we came out here with $40. They went to go eat breakfast like at a sit-down place. Me and you stopped at McDonald's.
Yep.
Because that's what we could afford.
And I said, you know
what? Jeff and Jess was like, yeah, we about to go to this breakfast party. Y'all coming? We was like, oh man, we about to go.
Yeah, he want to get some these 2 for $4, man.
Yeah. We gotta go hit McDonald's up, bro.
What I'm saying is, it's not that.
This was before credit card me though. Like this was before I was like.
This is before I had paper.
Yeah.
You got paper? What I'm saying is, Vegas. You need a lot of other things. It's who you with. It's what y'all doing? What everybody wants to
y'all fell into some shit in Miami. Well, do you think the chances of you fall into some shit in Vegas like that? I think the chances are low.
Trying to go do some other shit and meet up with some other people.
That's true. Jesse makes a good point.
And we ended up there. So you know what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying about Vegas is just like Vegas. I don't know. It's like if I'm not about the going. Like obviously I want to see the Usher residency, but I don't want to see the Blue Man Group. I don't care less about the Blue Man Group. There's a lot of
residents out here are swearing. They was like, "Have you gone to go see any shows?" And I'm like, "How long you been out here?" I've been living out here about like 6 years now. It's like, yeah, would you like it? I was like, yeah, I like it. You know, I was like, I stay away from the strip because I deliver down here, so I don't need to come down here. You gotta go watch the Blue Man Group. You gotta go see Carrot Top. And I was like, that doesn't.
I saw fake Michael Jackson one time. I saw him. Since I've been out here, I've seen the fake Michael Jackson.
Or you gotta go watch the Prince tribute, the Michael Jackson tribute.
I seen the fake Mike. That shit was whack, bro. Luckily, I was pissed. Luckily, I was stoned the shit in there, but that shit was whack.
But I don't gamble either. So I don't gamble.
I love gambling. See, that's my shit. Like Vegas is my backyard. I mean, when it comes to fucking, because I like to gamble. I bet on sports. You know, a nigga lost $100 last night on fucking blackjack at the fucking Rio Hotel last night. Fuck the dealer last night for hitting me while I was sitting on 20.
You should have took my pops. The Rio is my dad's casino.
I was hoping I see him in there, but I didn't know if he was tucked in there with a Charlie or something.
That is my pop. My pops loves he will pass all the other casinos and go to the Rio.
I went to the Rio last night. I had $100 hand. And so I started off with 50. And so then in blackjack, so the dealer deals me 2 kings. So that's 10. I split it twice. I said, okay, dude, I'm add another 50. So I'm doubling down. I said, I'm good. The dealer's showing a fucking 6. It was at 5. The next card was a 5. That made 11. Next card obviously was a king. That made 21. And my $100 smoked in a minute. So I don't want to say I'm never going to the Rio again. I left right after that. So,
all right. Does anybody have anything else they want to get about Miami before we get to anniversaries real quick and then?
Oh man, yeah. Definitely. Anybody like I said, people. Are
you don't need no recommendation. Just go.
You don't need no recommendation.
Just go.
Enjoy it. People are ready to hang out, mingle. We literally talk to we was able to talk to anybody. We literally say anything to anybody. Yo, what's good? Hey, what's up? What are y'all doing? Literally every group of people we talked to, mostly girls, it was like, what y'all doing later? What y'all doing?
Catching vibes. They just catching.
It was that just great catching them. Energy. It's beautiful out there. People anybody knows me, y'all saw me on the pod. I don't like to have my shirt on. So I had, and anybody that's parties with me, anybody that's gone to a club with me, when the buttons start coming down, you know I'm having a good time. And you know that I have no buttons in my hand.
No, the party boat. I blacked out. I blacked out on the party boat. I'm not gonna even go cap you. I blacked out on the party boat. I was tapped out. I was tapped out. And I met a couple to the shorties I met all off in Miami. I will be hitting you up shortly. You know.
Hey,
Chicago.
You give names? Do we give at least Chicago?
Chi-Town?
Shy till I die?
She already got an old man on the side, bro. I'm already the side. I'm already the side nigga, bro.
What's wrong with that?
Play your position right now, man. Side niggas move up in the order.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie can't FaceTime with him back on Instagram, huh? That's crazy.
All right, you fell in love, didn't you? He told you not to do
that. Jesse, you froze again.
No. Yeah, we're going first, Jesse. Keep going, Kevin.
Okay. All right. Anniversaries. You're so stupid. All right, but yeah, we had a grid chip. Like I said, I'm gonna do a little light photo dump on my social and So real quick, I'm gonna do anniversaries real quick. All these are music related. So we got the 20-year anniversary for 8701. Also the 20-year anniversary for Jadakiss Kiss of Death, which is gonna be very, very, very relevant in our next topic.
I feel like you should have done that one last.
Yeah, I could have done that one last, but I like, teasing stuff, even though it's not really a tease, it's a real light tease. All right, then we got Wale's mixtape, more about nothing. Oh no, more about nothing's 11. And we're old. We're washed.
The mixtape. The mixtape. More.
I know the mixtape. Where I know that's what I said. I said we're washed. This Rel Watch the Throne. Rel, real quick. When is Gonda coming out? No, nothing.
When the fuck?
For the last 2 weeks, he's been saying this. It's gonna be here. When is Gonda coming out? I'm asking a legit question, Ro. You're not gonna answer. For those on YouTube, you can tell by Ro's face he seems like he doesn't want to answer my question. He seems like I offended him. I'm legit asking him a question. Like, when is Gonda coming out? Please let me know when this album's coming out. Can you let me, as the president of the you and Dustin? Shout out to Dustin, by the way. You and Dustin are the president of this Ye Club. Like, when is Gonda coming out? What's it called? I'm sorry, I keep seeing them.
Oh, I have to jump in there. You being disrespectful, Donda.
Sorry now, Donda. Sorry, that's what I'm saying, Donda. When is Donda dropping?
It ain't done yet.
We'll leave it at that. I like the little Bruce Wayne.
Is it the new Detox? It's the new Detox, ain't it?
It ain't done yet.
Honestly, this is worse than Detox because this
job's not finished.
To it,
bro. Don't
live streaming it and then said I don't want to drop the album though. Hey, but
it
knowing Ye, I will say this: knowing Ye knows what he does. Ye knows what he's doing. No, yeah.
I tell you what I've heard. I've liked. I've not tuned into any of the live streams.
No, what I'm saying is Ye's usually ahead of the game when it comes to like business ventures and trying something new and like delivering stuff. I think this may be the thing, a new way of delivering the music to people. Start live streaming it, doing little things, listening parties, and then.
But I'm gonna be real. I will give Kanye his credit here. There's only 5 artists could do what he's doing right now. Period. Like, there's only 5, and he's one. Like, he's one of the artists that can do this. Because, like, at this point,
5 hip hop artists. Or are you saying, or 5 artists we listen to? Obviously, one of those 5, Beyonce, can do this.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm asking.
It's okay. My thing is, it's not more than 10 artists that can. It might not be more than 7 that can do this. That can get away with what he's doing with the live things and do like fill out a fucking concert or arena or whatever thing and just play the music and people be so engaged and shit. Like he got that. Like that is, it's really him when it comes to that shit. Like
the nigga did a set of push-ups.
The nigga did a set. The nigga went to sleep. The nigga stood still for like 10. Don't give me anyway. That's really.
We're gonna talk about it.
I'm not. Look. I'm trying to be as respectful. I'm not trying to. I'm being real. Like I'm giving his flowers right now.
I'm one of those people that's.
He's one of the only artists that could do shit like this. Like
I'm like, whenever you ready, drop the album. I'm not one of those.
Yeah, like just don't pay. Don't just pay.
Do what you
just
want.
Don't have niggas like Justin LeBoy tweeting out shit. The shit's coming. The shit's high. Like that missed me with all that bullshit. But like again, now that all this has happened, obviously I'm gonna listen. But
as somebody who pays attention to music, once I heard the stream, that's why I didn't even post anything about it. Once I listened to both of the album session, I was like, each album session I listened to, the first thing I said when it was done, I said, the shit's not coming out today. Because half of the fucking songs weren't even finished. But mind you, also too, as this sick twisted thing I do with myself.
Which is a Ye thing, like to drop a song that's not finished. Like he does that a lot.
I mean, like as the stream started about 11 o'clock the day before, no sound. So it was fucking weird. I wasn't sure what was going on. And the whole time it's just the studio. So as you used at one point, like 1 o'clock in the morning, you saw the Locks come in, and record that verse for that fucking song put out the very next day. So I already knew it was like you can't just record shit and just say like it's not even mastered yet. So
not even do that. Like it takes a while to mix shit properly so it can sound properly. But we can move all this because we got a whole bunch of other shit we want to tackle too. But I wanted to, like I said, I want to give Ye's flowers. Like no one can do what that man's doing right now and get away with it besides Kanye West.
I found out.
That's his bag.
I found out. This too.
That's your bag. That is definitely your bag. I'm glad you staying consistent in your bag, bro. All right, since we're on music,
I'll listen.
Good.
Later.
Yeah. All right, since we're on the topic of music, we're recording this on a Sunday, August 8th. If I didn't already say that before, I like the timestamp stuff. Since we're on music, obviously, Verzuz Cast is back. We have to talk about it. Last Wednesday, the concert basically of the Locks featuring Dipset. The concert of the Locks, because it was barely a Verzuz. So first and foremost, let me get this shit out the way because for OG listeners and stuff, we are 3 West Coast people. I will say Jesse, as a West Coast person, it has East Coast bias. I don't know where this nigga's actually from. But this was strictly New York shit. So this is New York. So take that for what it is. We're gonna talk New York shit from 3 West Coast people and Jesse, who we basically don't know where his side lies on because the nigga I don't know where the nigga lies on shit. He was more on the West Coast, but you would think if he had,
hey man,
I'm gonna get you some Timbs.
I'm a man of both coasts. You know what I'm
saying? I'm gonna just get you some Timbs and some shorts, bro, and just let you do your thing.
I already got those. Black Timbs. Jada started shooting. I was the ground.
I'm gonna be real.
Was Jada started shooting.
I was this close to wearing a paper towel bandana on this podcast today and wearing it the whole episode. I was stopped by my significant other. She told me to stop because I looked like this was her exact line, and she was like, "Take that shit off your head. You look like you work at Benihana," and I took it off. I was like, "That's it. All right, okay. I look like I work at Benihana." Can we talk
about that? Was those pre-made bandanas for Joel?
Nah, Jada. So when I was looking up shit, I saw I forgot what music video he did it though, but Jada wore a paper towel bandanas too. Apparently,
yeah, I know.
It was some music video with Melissa Ford. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, there you go. We don't have to go super deep and go song for song unless you guys want to. Like we did for the Bow Wow Soulja verses and go super in depth, but off rip before the fight even happened. And again, like this was killers, respect, like and real MCs versus 1.5 MC, right? And again, I'm a person that thought Dipset was gonna come in there and put up a good fight. I had the Locks winning. I think we all pretty much had the Locks winning. I thought Dipset was going to put up a better fight than they did. And I left there thinking...
I got something to say about that.
I left there thinking, what was I thinking? Because these niggas... Again, before I get there. So, the fight before the fight. Both of these niggas was late, in my opinion. Again, Verzuz started. They let the DJ do their thing. They rocked out.
Did you watch Styles P and Cameron talk about it yesterday?
No. Please enlighten me.
Apparently Cameron missed all of that, the introduction, all that stuff. He barely walked into the building when they were coming out on stage.
Nigga shit.
I mean, shit, that's, I'm not surprised. But it's like he was.
Everybody knew what time the verses started. Like, don't get me started on that, but continue.
So, I mean, that's all I was gonna say. So he was like, I didn't know we did the introduction. I didn't know none of that. He's like, as you can see, I was the last one to walk out, and then they put we was doing the beach chair and everything. But he was like, I didn't know, like, so he didn't know what was up, like what was going on already off the jump.
So for me, the theme, and you could tell from the introductions. In my mind, it's the fight before the fight. Like, you guys are going in the ring. It's the fight before the fight. Like, when we were talking about this in the chat, and Jeff was literally talking about the verses, like song for song, and I told him it's more than that. It's deeper than that. Like, it's verses is a legit battle. Like, it's the fight before the fight too. All this shit accumulates. All this shit matters when you go into a battle this
one was very specific and like. Everything mattered.
All this shit matters.
Aspect matters.
All this shit matters. Again, so
this wasn't a celebration of, hey, we are playing our music, our hits. And
we saw the build up. Niggas was talking shit online. Like we saw what the build up was. We know what it was. Like, this was gonna be a legit battle between two, top 10 hip hop groups in hip hop, right? Like, if you want to put, I think if you want to talk about influence, Dipset's definitely in the top 10.
Locks is easy.
Locks is in the top 5.
Yeah,
but Dipset's in the top 10.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So they came out after the DJ did his thing. I thought the DJ was he missed on some stuff.
No, there's two DJs. So there was the DJ that started it. He was great. And then the Locks or the Dipset's DJ started, and he was the one that started playing Soulja Boy and all them. And then So I remember that part, but the Locks DJ, again, we're West Coast niggas. Well,
how was he able to get away with playing Hit 'Em Up?
What
unto a New York crowd?
But that's what I was gonna say. There's a lot of talk about what happened during that time because I was listening to a lot of like reviews of it. They were like,
he played Who Shot You, and I was like, okay, I get it. But then he played,
everybody
Hit 'Em Up.
Like, a lot of people think that people did not like Tupac in New York, or it was this East Coast.
I mean, we know he's born in East. We know he's born there.
But everybody knows once Hit 'Em Up comes on, that's everybody's shit, no matter where you are. Yeah,
I don't know. I was looking at the comments at the time, Jess. I was like,
that's what they were like. People fuck with that song. Like that was the crazy part about it. Like, yes, it was a diss to it was a diss to
but it's New York though, Jess. But it was I think that song is different. Like you can't. Obviously, you're not gonna play that at a function in no New York function.
Obviously, he didn't play the entire song for a reason.
Yeah, like that song. It
was like
you can't play that song.
People know that, like they know the song. That's why I'm like, it's not.
You
like,
can't play that song.
It was like one of those things where it's like, do I agree? You don't play that song? Did I go? Whoa, yes. But it was like one of those.
Like you can't play you can't play Who Shot You in a West Coast party. I don't think so. You can. I wouldn't want no DJ to advocate playing that song at a West Coast party.
I don't think so.
My only thing is this. So if you're just playing it at a party or a kickback or something, it's different. But like when you guys are promoting that this is New York, like how y'all doing, y'all did it at MSG, like it's different. Like. And you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think
DJ sucked. Both the DJs sucked. But,
I mean, come on. He did
no. Like no. He that was the only question I had. That was the only questionable thing that I had about it.
As a perspective of hip hop, you can play it together because it is a part of it. You can't ignore it.
But
you can't ignore it. Who Shot You is a part of New York hip hop, and so is Hit 'Em Up.
And
that's what I'm saying.
So my thing
you have to play it. If it's a hip hop, it's an honor to hip hop in that moment. That's why I didn't have a problem with it.
Not when it's promoted like that.
No. Here's what I would say. It still set up the atmosphere. We're going into a battle, a war.
Okay.
So you playing Who Shot You? You playing Hit 'Em Up. We going at each other. Like my only issue is he didn't play enough DMX for me. That's what
I'm glad you brought that up. It was the fucking was 50 Cent coming on this versus? He played a lot of G-Unit.
He did play a
lot of Fifth. Again, no complaints, but it was a lot of Fifth. It was a lot of Fifth going on to make me. I was like, I want.
Which was surprising.
Yeah, and then he played a lot of J. And then he played a lot of J. That was the only part that got me where I was just like, whoo, this is a lot of 50.
That's how it started. And then
and then to continue the fight before the fight.
About an hour and 15 minutes, y'all. That was an hour and 15 minutes
and then
actually supposed to start.
And then they brought out Michael Buffer to make it like a legit boxing match fight. It took him.
I like that.
Like that. I love that part until he came out and he did the locks. The locks, show love and they did the right thing. And then again, God bless Michael Buffer. It was like a whole bunch of people where you felt kind of feared for Michael Buffer a little bit, where it was just like
they gave them microphones, and they should have given microphones before Michael Buffer was done introducing them.
Yeah, and then my he's looking around like he calls out Dipset. This is the part everybody knows. He calls out Dipset. They take, I don't know, 5 minutes before he come on, and Buff just standing there like, yo, he's like, I'm just trying to say, let's get ready to run. We'll get the fuck out of here.
There's one thing that I will say this, we're missing a part. Locks came out, and you heard a mild chair. It was a mild chair. That's a big deal. That was a big deal. Styles P said something about that. Yes, when he was talking. Yeah, it was a mild chair.
Also, when they came out, they posed together when they first hit the stage. They came out together. Cohesive. This is going to be a theme.
Yeah.
Cohesive group came out, saluted, and Jada stood in the corner. They was about business.
Yeah.
They were about their business.
So now he introduced
Buffer came out, Buffer comes out and introduced Dipset. 5 minutes go by before they come out. They're getting Locks getting impatient. So you hear, bring these niggas out here.
Yeah. Like that. Let's go.
Bring these niggas, let's go. Bring these niggas out here.
That's where I was going today.
It's like their mom called them because like literally 10 seconds after. Again, not together. Not like niggas just three niggas. Where like you wouldn't even think there was a group. Just three niggas coming out on the thing.
Also, look, shout out to Freaky Ziggy. Like he did his thing, but
shout out.
Y'all put Freaky Ziggy on the stage.
Real, don't be disrespectful. So stupid. Yeah. So and then so Buff. So they come out. Buff's trying to get his shit off before he leave because not only is the 4 members of Dipset come out. 89 more niggas come behind them. 89 more niggas. To where the security was like, yo,
I wouldn't even
what
say
y'all doing?
That is rapper shit. That's rapper.
That's Dipset.
That's
yo,
like what's y'all doing, fam?
Yeah.
Like what is happening? Nigga, me and you could have went on the stage then, basically.
I know.
we should have
been there with
we should have been there, bro.
T-shirt, side, everything.
To where they was like, yo, my man, like none of y'all coming up here. And then one of these 89 niggas commenced to bring a fucking lawn chair on the fucking stage.
That's another thing. I know what they were doing there. I liked it.
But you like the lawn chair?
Yeah, I like it too.
You had this, but the problem was this. Bro, tell the truth. What was the problem? It's y'all took 10 minutes to come out, and then you want to set up the lawn chair.
The lawn chair, yep.
Yeah. That's why I was like, no.
I love the lawn chair.
Yeah, I loved it. But you bring somebody out first, set up the lawn chair, and then they come out. You know
I can't believe you guys like the lawn chair in a fucking battle in a Versus. See, this is why I can never predict what niggas say. This is partly good, but I never in a million years.
You brought lions to a goddamn jungle and asked them to be niggas.
But the thing was this. Cameron, it was all about the out here. Cameron said, I don't need to go out at first. I'm gonna chill. I like that. That's confidence.
Yeah. You know you done fucked up, right?
Well, Cameron did it. We gonna get into that, but go ahead. So
yeah, the lawn chair was present for some odd reason. Cam decides to sit on it when, just one of the locks heavy hitter. Again, they didn't even getting a bag. Like fuck you comes on, right? Like that's the first round.
That's a great
after song. Like again, even if they don't get the point, I don't even know what I can't even tell you off the top of my head what Dipset played after that. I think it was You Ready? What's the track called?
I think it is You Ready.
You Ready comes on, right?
Yep.
Comes on after that. I don't give a fuck who got the point.
I'm ready.
There it is. Comes on, right?
Yeah.
These niggas done already set the tone of the fucking Versus. The tone has been set. Tone setter.
This is my problem. So you got to also who goes first? That was a whole 10-minute thing. Y'all in our city. We at home. Y'all go first. If I'm ready, is your first song? You go first.
Right. Not to mention, I skipped another part. Jada before Fuck You comes on, Jada says, nigga, you not even from New York, nigga, you live in Miami. Yeah. Play my shit. Nigga, you're down 10. You're down 10 off of rip. 10 points, you're done. You're down 10. You're down 10 points. You're down 10 points in the count. That's why I couldn't understand what Jeff was talking about. Where it was like, all this shit matters. This is all accumulation points. All this shit matters. It's not just song and song.
Yeah, go ahead. No. Okay, so that is the aspect I want to talk about. We don't have to go because we're
not going for song for song. But yeah, like all this shit matters.
We talked about before it even started.
This was all before the Versus started. Everything that just happened was before the shit started.
That
was a great build.
Shit. Styles P went over to Cameron and started pulling him off the beach.
Pulled him off the fucking lawn chair.
It's like,
and then, like I told y'all in the chat, like it felt like, again, this is more in like around. Obviously, if you want to go, we could talk about certain tracks or whatever. Obviously, but like around track 4, Jesse's hinted towards. I think Drell's gonna agree with it. Cam came out way too cool. Like,
no.
Cam is supposed to be the face of Dipset.
Yeah,
we all know Jada is the face of the Locks.
That's why I was like, he thought he could cruise.
You can't be too cool.
Yeah.
And then when you know it mattered, because Locks went from "Fuck You" to Band TV to I can't remember the fucking third song off the top of my head right now. What was the third song after Band TV?
Mighty D Block.
Mighty D Block. Off of all the other shit we accumulated, Cam already had Cam played "Suck It or Not" on the fourth song. I thought that was definitely a second half track. He had to go to "Suck It or Not."
That's an early Cam. That's early.
"Suck It or Not"?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All I know
it didn't even. They played Dipset. They played Dipset Anthem. I think the third track, right, for Dipset. And it didn't hit as hard because which everybody was talking about, the audio for Dipset was not hitting as hard.
That was another problem. Yeah.
The audio for Dipset was not hitting as hard as it was for the Locks. And then on top of all this shit, accumulation. On top of all this shit, real MCs, the Locks was rapping their own shit, using their studio, using their arena songs. And for those who don't know, when you're an artist, you have your songs that are for you to perform with, that you take to Jimmy Fallon, that you do on festivals. You have those versions of the songs, and then you have the songs they play on the radio, right? The regular versions. Dipset was playing their radio versions, rapping to and behind and sometimes off beat to their own verses on songs.
But here's the thing, though. Dipset wasn't together like that because Joel got locked up for like 5-6 years. So and Jimmy, so you can't blame them for timing like that. Like these niggas literally just got back together about a couple months ago.
No,
you are right, and everybody's like, oh, obviously the Locks like prepared and practiced. Yes, there's that part.
Them niggas look like they just came off tour for like 6 months.
But they've been doing this their entire career.
They literally grew up together.
I think the only thing that was the difference was like they knew every lyric of each other. They
of each other's tracks.
And they knew how to play off of each other. They
knew how to play off each other.
They knew to get Jada does the freestyle and they just standing there not looking for credit, nothing, just
nothing.
Y'all about to get murdered. Like
real MCs, like real MCs, and again, like
you know what? What's funny? I compared it to an old school like singing group, like that. The atmosphere of the dancing, knowing how to move with each other, passing the mic, singing here, all that stuff. It was that. It was that level. That's another aspect. Rel is very right. They were not prepared. And they were not, they didn't expect that type of like cohesiveness between them. I will say this now. All right, we got into first 2 rounds, right? Or the first 4 rounds. If you look, and even like you look at list and everybody, the first 4 songs, right? If you just go by song, it's 2-2. Dipset.
If you go by song,
Dipset.
That's why I was talking about Jeff. When shout out to Jeff, shout out to Fury. When he seemed like he was just going off songs.
But for some people, if you just do the first 3 songs, Dipset's up 2-1. Dipset's up 2-1. If you really just go by songs,
I don't know. Band TV is different.
No, I don't agree with that. But I'm just saying. But if
you can make that argument, is what you're saying.
So yeah, and so if you take it back to the original, how Verzuz originally started, right? And 2 people sitting in the studio, and we're just playing our songs, and we talk about it or whatever. Dipset is still way into this game. You know what I mean? They're still way into it. If it's played like that, this is different. They up the ante, they up the game from here on out. Yeah,
that's true. Performance factor came into play just recently.
Exactly,
because it was just
mattered. Performance
it was just
matters.
more so song for song.
Yeah, and performance matters. And this was such a New York thing. Who could run the crowd? Who is the MC? Who gets the crowd?
That's why I told you. I said in the chat. I was like, after like the halfway point, I was like, I mean, Dipset started fighting back towards like a little bit towards the end, like towards the middle of the end or whatever. But I was like, the Locks bullied Dipset. That's what it came like to me. It was like it was definitely. I mean, it was already Big Brother, Little Brother shit, but it was like Big Brother. Like y'all, little brother. Y'all still got years before y'all on us.
I
like
mean,
that's what it felt like.
The Locks are pioneers in the game, though. So it's I mean, and then Dipset had a flash.
Yeah, but even when you're like that,
really crescendo.
Yeah, but when okay, but it comes to a point when you guys are around the same age where the little brother scores on the big brother. The little brother fights back on the big brother.
Not in hip hop. Not in hip hop.
I don't know.
I think you can.
I don't know. I think you can.
I think Kanye can say stuff about being.
Yeah, like eventually, like the little brother is like not the little brother no more, where he fight back, where it's like, yeah, I respect you now.
But Dipset never was the group that was bigger than the big. They never, like I said, they never hit that point.
Honestly, listening to everybody talk.
I mean, they're bigger in
Dipset winning.
Yeah.
And that's in New York. A lot of people had Dipset winning in New York. They thought
DJ Drama, who I'll get to at the end of this, DJ Drama had Dipset winning.
Yeah, a lot of people had Dipset beating the Locks, which was like, and then you watch it and you're like, I must apologize. Like that, like there was a lot. I gotta apologize. But all right, so we're moving on. And the thing that changes the whole, like, okay, first and foremost, we didn't talk, like, another aspect was the shit talking. It was great. It was fun. But like you said, the Locks was bullying them, right?
It felt. I was like, man.
Every song felt like it was a direct hit at Dipset. Every fuck you hit at Dipset. Banned from TV hit at Dipset. And then the Who Shot Your freestyle. Mm-hmm. And it's like that turned. But I will say this.
Mixtape shit.
Cameron knew what was happening because I don't think Cameron expected the need to get up that early. I think
he didn't think. Yeah, Cameron thought he was chilling. You can tell.
He thought he could do the song in the beat.
Well, that's an L on him though. Like that's an L on him. He know who he's dealing with.
And that moment when Jada Kiss gave that speech where he said, "I'm out here. It's me. It's Kiss," and he hit the New York, and he said, "I don't live in Miami." Only nigga I know that can have Joey Crack looking like Taylor Swift in the crowd. Right. Joey Crack said he almost ran on the stage like Little Mama in New York.
Everything was a setup. Everything was set up. It was put together.
That's why I said the fucking fight was fixed. The camera angle. When they hit New York, it's like they zoomed in, the crowd going crazy, the Jada Kiss giving this.
I will say this: there was a few setups. There was a few setups. Number one, but I will say this: look, Jada was sitting there before the fight is over. After 3 songs, he said the fight is over. The fight is fixed. In their own city, they own in their own city. Like said, it's over.
I started feeling bad. That's why. Again, I keep bringing up I keep bringing up Jeff because I don't know what is wrong. Again, he was just going back.
He's going by song. He's going by song.
He's just going by song for song. Like the accumulation.
And do that. Yes, it is actually a lot closer than it felt. You know what I mean? But that all matters when you do it. What I was gonna say is like, all right, so Jada does the freestyle. He goes, I don't care who shot you because they didn't kill you, and points back to Cameron because Cameron was shot. And it's like everything you do it. And then Cameron knew, like, so this is where I'm like, Cameron switched, put the switch on. Like everybody talks.
He put the switch on. He was like,
everybody talks about Jada got 6. Cameron got about 35. Cameron got 30. Like,
yeah.
But it was just at that point in time, also the feeling of the songs. It was just one of those things.
You've already lost the crowd. Yeah, you've already lost the internet.
Yeah, Dipset, like they obviously after having enough alcohol in their system and everything hit them, they started to be cohesive. They started to be a little more cohesive.
More cohesive, yeah.
Yeah, but at that time it was just like you knew. But here's the problem: at that time, it was like, all right, you guys are getting it. And then it was, oh yeah, the Locks didn't play this song.
Okay, it's like I said, we're not going super in depth so we can move on to another topic that I got you guys that's Verzuz related. But the part that really got me, and it was again the towels, the fight was already over for me. But when niggas started complaining that they were playing Benjamins, and it was like, "Where's Diddy? Where's Diddy?"
Diddy song, yeah.
And then Jada he was just like, "Nigga, I wrote his verse,"
which we already.
And Diddy in the comments said saying the same thing. Yeah, he wrote my verse.
But that was already known.
What do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what do you do?
You had to know who didn't know that though.
Yeah, but
okay, they obviously they didn't know that because they was like, "Where's Diddy?"
Yeah,
Jim Jones and Jewels was like, "Where's Diddy at? That's Diddy's song."
Another thing that it's like, it further established. Oh my God, Jada, when he says, "I'm top 5 dead or alive," this nigga he has an argument.
I've been saying that for years.
Oh, no,
I was like, "Yo,"
I mean, what's the only knock on Jada? Bro,
not commercial enough.
No,
I mean, I don't even think Jada has a really not because I mean he's long. I mean, honestly, not consistent enough. He doesn't put out. What he did, but he wasn't consistent enough with his work because he took like years off, or he wasn't putting out work consistent enough. And I mean, I personally think his work is great. From Kiss the Game Goodbye, even to this last album he put out last year that was pretty good. And then he had that one song. He had actually a pretty good album. Around the late 2014 area, we had like a black jacket on. I just don't think it was consistent. But he is. I mean, he is as far as like people know.
Yeah,
Kiss had it like when there was a moment.
He has
right
around
Kiss around Kiss the Game Goodbye. He was hot.
No, I think the knock on and you pretty much said it. But the knock about Jada and even if we're gonna couple somebody else in this, even the knock on Busta Rhymes. They don't have a classic album. To call yourself top 5, we know you're a great lyricist. We know all that stuff. We know you can make songs. We know you can make hit songs. But you don't have a classic album. Now, do I believe Busta has a classic album? Yes, obviously.
Yes,
Extinction Level Event, the first one is amazing. Jada's Kiss the Game Goodbye classic. It's those little things that it's like that's not a standout album compared to what we call classics, but those are really great albums. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm like, that's where Jada's knock comes, where people try to knock him down. It's like, well, you can't be top 5 dead or alive if we say your name and we can't name your say. What is that classic album?
Let me piggyback off of it. One point is that I just also the same shit with me because he doesn't have that Illmatic. He doesn't have an Illmatic album.
That's what people
because Illmatic is a top 5 all-time New York album. Exactly. Jada Kiss is all-time 5 New York rapper. He doesn't have an all-time top 5 New York rap album to match with it. As far as when it goes to New York style, when you have albums like Illmatic and the shit that Nas puts out consistently. So I mean,
shouldn't be a knock. What shouldn't be
It isn't a knock, but I mean. There was a point where Kiss had to go to the other side. I mean, he tried to make commercial hits and it just wasn't for him. It just
he's made it. He's made
it.
Yeah,
he's got.
But
absolutely.
Okay, so Rel brought this up. Yes, there were setups. Cameron decided he played the dope ass song with Jay-Z, and he said, "You don't have no track bigger than this."
When he was like, "Well, where's Ballin' at?"
Yeah, and they set up, which Ballin' did get like Dipset the crowd back, but Ballin' should have been played a lot earlier. I know what they were trying to do with that and literally like build up towards it, but Ballin' should you got to call audible. But that was a setup for Jada to play New York, and it's like that was a setup for Jada. Jewels, I don't know what and a lot of people are arguing like they set him up for this. I don't know why you would set yourself up to fail, but Jewels goes, I don't think these niggas like girls. They like talking about drugs. They like doing this. I don't think these niggas like girls. What are the tracks for the girls? Why would you do that? And that's why people believe that was the setup, because they already had a medley ready for him. And that was very telling, because it was like, this is a medley of songs. We're not even like, this ain't even really the battle, but I think that was set up. If y'all start playing songs for women, we already got a medley for you. And it's like, they did that, and it was.
Yeah.
It was, I need a t-shirt. I need some, Jada got a trademark this. We got Grammys. You don't know about the Grammys, and it was like, stop bullying them, Jay. Stop bullying them, Jada. These niggas know about grams. They don't know about Grammys.
Yeah, it was. Man.
He did it. Then he spread the arms wide. And it was over. When Jada got the arms wide, it's over. It's over.
Like I said,
it was an amazing.
Well, it was not only. I know we've said this multiple times. It was not only one of the best verses so far. We can all debate if it's the best one, but it was an amazing night in music and hip hop. Period. Like, period. Point blank. Moment, period.
Yeah,
stop.
That's a moment.
Like that. That was a moment. Yeah, like that definitely was a moment that shit. Nobody who cares about the Locks and Dipset will care. Like, shout out. I mean, again, like I said, Dipset started fighting back, so I don't want to make this just as too much of a poo-poo thing. Dipsets they're a legendary group. They did their thing. They started fighting back. They took too long. Same thing. I felt like what happened with Fab in Jadakiss thing, where Fab started off trying to be too cool, and Jada
little bro
was like, yeah, he little bro. Again, bully. This nigga Jada's just a bully.
I would just say that
right.
we saw Uncle Jada. Uncle Jada was with Fab. And then we got War. We got War Jada. This is
different. And another thing too is just like you see who the leader of the Locks was. He was prominent front and center, Jadakiss, and Cam, their leader. Yeah, like Cam, the supposed to be the leader of Dipset, like just playing it too cash and all that shit's a trickle down effect, man. It just anybody who says it's not all that shit matters.
Which is the group also, I'd rather be a part of. I'd rather be a part of Dipset.
Yeah, and I was about to say that is also Dipset.
They look like
Dipset
they
style is
because they're more bitching to culture. You see you see what Joel's was on when he came out there. You see what Joel's on. Yeah,
that shit was hot. That shit was hot.
Yeah, you know what I mean. They what
my nigga Jim Jones had on leather pants. What
was they making fun of?
Camera,
like what are you wearing? Like
the white tea shop. He said the niggas down at the white tea shop right now.
And exactly, they had jokes. Don't get me wrong.
They had jokes.
It was just like they were just so overwhelmed by the bullish. I don't think they expected the Locks to come out like that. So it was like they were just so overwhelmed with the bully shit. And like I forgot who I was listening to, but they were like, Cameron didn't really get to be that funny guy. And you listen to Cameron's lyrics, he's a funny dude. Like he got some liners, the jokes, and he did try, but it was like at that point he knew what was happening, and he was like, which I will say this, I do want to hear that freestyle Cam had. I feel like it was fucked up that they didn't let him freestyle. That was fucked up. I did want to hear the freestyle he had. It sounded like he had some bars ready for him.
All right, so I already mentioned during this DJ Drama initially picked Dipset to win this versus. Obviously, he was proved wrong. He quickly and swiftly apologized. But apparently, Drama's been wanting smoke with another DJ. So I want to ask you guys a question if you guys feel like this would be a good matchup. He's been calling out Clue. He wants a versus with Clue. Drama versus Clue in a versus. Who y'all got?
Oh man, that's a good one. I would take Clue too, but you never know, man. Well, here's the thing. I think Drama has a lot of like his person, like how people feel about Drama.
He says he's been calling out for. I'm sorry. He says he's been calling out for 6 months. By the way, like early in this versus. Just
I think Clue takes it. But I will say it would be
if they're allowed to play mixtape shit.
Actually, I don't know.
I think it's Clue.
I don't know now. I'm really
Who got that?
If Drama can play all that Wayne shit though.
Yeah, that Cannon.
Oh
Wayne,
yeah, I just thought about it now.
Trapper Die, Trapper Die shit.
Yeah, that would be a battle.
He got Bone Crusher.
I need it now.
Yeah,
I need it. I need it. I just thought about that.
It's a good
he can play Dedication. He can play Dedication too.
Yeah, Clue got all of that Fab mixtape.
He got all the Fab mixtape. All the There Is No Competition.
Yeah.
And the soul, did he do the soul tapes with him too?
No. Also, DJ Clue got a lot of shit with
He got shit before that too.
He got Jay. He got Game too. Yeah, Game. Yeah, he got a lot of shit. I think the initial thought was Clue, but I think Drama has
Drama got some shit. If Drama just stay in his Wayne, There Is No Competition bag.
Drama, Drama asking for the battle,
bro,
tells me Drama's prepared for this.
He's asking for the fight.
Prepared. So I think he knows what he wants to put out there. We also got to talk about the format. They changed the format. It's now like, so it's hard to like kind of judge because now you couldn't really do, you had where it's like one round is like one song versus 3. They changed the format.
I noticed that. I didn't get that. I'm glad you brought that up.
And they kind of talked about it. You get 2 minutes. Versus
where they play multiple songs.
You could play as many songs as you want in those 2 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I was like, "What has happened?" I was like, "I guess this is new. I guess this is new for the groups, right? Like, I guess that was just for the group."
Also, they have so much songs, and it's also setting up for if they want to go on tour. And so it was like, I think that was like them trying to set up like that type of thing. So I like it. I like the idea of like one song versus 2 or 3. But you got it. There goes back to that performance aspect of it. Now, a DJ Drama versus DJ Clue, you guys should just go song for song. Like, I don't want to see.
Y'all definitely. They should just go song for song. Yeah, man. Hearing Wayne shit and hearing there's no Gangsta Grills will be a different vibe, man. That I can't even.
That was definitely.
That is. There's only 1 or 2 reasons. There's like 4. There's like 5 reasons why I still have Dat Pip on my phone, and it's because of that mixtape. It's because of the cold mixtapes that we've already talked about that needs to be put on DSPs. Mm-hmm. And like some of the old 50 Cent shit. Like it's those. That's the only reason why I got Dat Pip still on my phone, so I can listen to those shits.
Mm-hmm. And the J. Cole mixtapes, the warm up.
Yeah, I said the J. Cole mixtapes.
Oh, my bad.
All right. So moving on. There's no easy way to transition to this. I want to talk about, obviously, the NBA had their off season. They have their free agents. We had the draft. Obviously, we want to hit on it. Some of our favorite moves and our least favorite stuff that's happened. So we don't make this just a hodgepodge of us talking about Laker stuff. We can get to that when we get to plus or minus, because I have a question for us to talk about Laker shit. So we could just besides anything Laker related, Rel, what was your favorite off-season acquisition? Which team do you feel like got better? Which team do you feel like got better the most? And which team has entered your league pass?
First team into my league pass, the Bulls. I like they're gonna be pretty good defensively. I mean, they make except for the signing DeRozan, but I like the DeRozan signing because it gives them another score. So I like what the Bulls have done. The team who I feel like they got better. I think the Warriors got better if they're healthy. I really like that Otto Porter signing. I like Bielitsa. He shoots over 35% from 3. They got the remains of Andre Iguodala. The team in his 10 minutes. So
who didn't know he was going back? I saw a thing on.
He used it for fucking leverage. You know what I'm saying? I understand.
I saw the thing that posted by, I don't know if it was Bleacher Report. It was one of those things where it was like the Lakers will want him. The Clippers want him. The Warriors. I was like. What are we doing here? Why is this even a question of where he's going? Jesse's. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
I have one more team I'm looking at is a team that didn't do a lot for me is the Dallas Mavericks. Like, they're sitting in their hands.
Ooh.
Even though they only signed Reggie Bullock, they still. Now they're frozen out of free agency. They didn't even go. They signed Oubre, which I thought they probably needed. I thought Oubre was a better fit for the Mavericks than the Hornets. Another team I'm disappointed in, and I talk shit, but Portland. They re-signed Norman Powell, and now free agency is just frozen out. And we're at what's the best deal available, because there ain't no more deal to money. Everybody, we're looking at set rosters pretty much at this point. So those are 2 teams that didn't improve, and those are the 2 teams I thought improved. And also the Clippers. I think the Clippers didn't do enough. Like, if you're gonna be out without Kawhi 90% of the year, and your only answer is to bring in Justice fucking Winslow and hope that he decides he wants to play basketball for at least 30 games without pulling a hamstring. So that's who I've noticed so far.
Jess, same question. Which team do you feel like gotten better, and who's entered your league pass? Who you be checking out more often now in league pass?
You know what's crazy is I don't really feel like a team really made this leap. You know,
not Chicago.
Well, I was gonna say Chicago did, but I also got to see them play. They're kind of. I
think they made more sense until they got DeRozan.
That's what I'm saying. Then they got DeRozan, and it was kind of like, I don't know what you're doing now. Like that. That's
you don't think they need another perimeter scorer?
I do. That's what I don't think it's DeRozan that is because you got DeRozan that needs the ball in his hands. You got everything's
probably their best playmaker on their team now.
Lonzo doesn't need the ball in his hands.
He doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
But you got
DeRozan's their best fucking
playmaker. Yeah, he's gonna get at least. Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I got to see how they come together as a team. But I do like what I do think that they will be contenders in the sense of making the playoffs, not anything. You know,
it made more sense if they were to go. Not to cut you up, if they were to go small ball with Caruso, Zoe, Levine, Williams, and Vujovic, and now Caruso's not going to be in your final five, which I think is fucking stupid now. You know, so and so
that's why I said I feel like they got
who's the point guard they got? That was
Kobe White.
Yeah,
I don't know, trade bait.
But I think they're gonna move him to the bench because they like him more as a
trade bait.
But honestly, you do have a point though about the DeRozan thing because now it does kind of smoke Caruso out the final five rotation.
Yeah, and then Lauri Markkanen wants out, and
that's fine.
His career just like I know he had some major injuries, but like his career just he wasn't a bad player. He was pretty good. So I don't know. I want to see what they do, but I do I think they got better? Yes. I don't think there's some like let's keep our eye on. I think it's a team to watch in the sense of like, hey, let's see what they do and if they can make the playoffs. But I don't think and speaking of the top teams, I don't think any team really made these moves that made them so much better, that makes them that much more of a contender. And it kind of seems like that's what this year was. It was staying packed, keeping the team together, and making small minor changes. And the Heat, I don't know what the Heat did. The Heat seemed like they just got older. I know it was like you got to keep. I do think it was smart to keep Duncan Robinson. And I don't think Kyle Lowry is a bad pickup. I just to lose a Precious, which was your future. You lose, Dragic had to go because you got Lowry, but
he made too much money.
That too, and it's like so. I don't know.
I'm willing to get rid of Precious for Kyle Lowry. That's a fine. That's a fine swap for me.
You think so?
Yeah, easy swap. Easy. 2 times on Sunday. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Who else you need?
I don't know. But nothing made me go like, oh, okay. It was more like the deals like that they're giving to older players that surprised me. Like Jimmy Butler getting a 4-year extension. That was surprising. I know Chris Paul was going to try to get his bag either way. So for him, but they gave him another 3 years. I'm not surprised at them extending Steph, but it was, another 4 years as well.
Remember when the news cycle thought Steph was gonna hold the Warriors at ransom and possibly play with LeBron? Remember when that was a topic on the Talking Head show? That's why you can't listen to these boys.
Haberstroh had a whole essay talking about
and Tom used to be smart as hell. I don't know what happened to my man Tommy.
He looked real dumb.
I don't know what happened to my man Haberstroh, Bontemps, not Bontemps. Tim McMahon calls him Haterstro.
So has Kawhi officially signed with the Clips? He hasn't.
Yeah, we don't know the numbers yet. No numbers have been posted that I've saw.
Because I know that it came out that he's re-signing, but they're working something out, which kind of makes me feel like Kawhi still is like, I can still leave.
There's not. I mean, this dude has this organization over a barrel so bad.
I don't usually agree with Kendrick Perkins or care what he says, but what he said about Kawhi was very, very true. That
what did he say? What did he say?
Basically, that if it everybody compares it to LeBron, but before he even said that, he was like he forced them to make trades to get rid of players and make moves. He let Paul George take the blame for Doc Rivers getting fired. He didn't say anything. He always skates by being the quiet guy. I think this is important, but it was like he sits in the press box during playoff games and he's in there chilling, and your team, you're not even sitting with your team. Instead,
you're not even fuck that. You're not even letting your team. What's your how hurt are you? Are you coming back in the series? Do we know anything?
You kept them.
And it was from everything that was reported. They said they knew nothing. They was like quiet, doesn't tell us anything. It's like what? You guys pay this guy, man? What? And he doesn't tell y'all what? Fuck out of here.
So I definitely like he just strings them along, and for a Clippers team, and
then he gets hurt, and then it's like
it doesn't seem like the Clippers right now. This seems like the Clippers peak. Like it doesn't seem like they're getting any better from here on out. So
oh boy.
And you know what that is, Jesse? It's called karma.
It is what it. I'm
not the injury. No, not the injury, but them peaking at this point.
No, you make a lot of sense. I'm trying to be like unbiased about it, like really talk about more because I don't see them making a move that makes them very much better. Like I don't see how.
Thank God Reggie Jackson was like, cool. I'll take a discount to stay with you guys because from what I heard, it was Rail was 22, right? He made 22 for 3.
22.
They was talking about 30 for 3 years for that man. He turned down some money from certain places. I heard some places offering like some of these places are still offering more money than that. And
for a team, I guess they feel like, hey, we went to the Western Conference Finals. So
Nicholas Batum came back too, where it was like he had a lot of suitors for a lot of more playing time. But thank God for in the Clippers' sake anyway, they decided to come back. So all right, let's get to plus minus real quick.
Well, who do you think?
I didn't answer. I know. Yeah. I'll be trying to skate some of these, so I just try to like asking y'all shit. So I think
how you go skip?
I just my thoughts or whatever. I think you guys are kind of just not poo-pooing, but I think Miami really did get better. Like Miami's struggle has always been finding that extra guy along with their offense, finding that extra player that to play in their 5-man lineup, right? When they're playing at the highest levels with, where they're playing the Nets per se, or now the Bucks, right? Now with Lowry, they don't have that issue in my mind anyway. They don't have that, like they're always gonna have the issue of scoring. But now that they have Lowry who can switch properly, they got Bam, they got 3 really good switching guys that can hold their own, could defend well, and hopefully can score enough at the highest levels, right? And when I say the highest level, I mean Brooklyn, which probably doesn't exist to any other team besides the 2018 Warriors, right?
Don't you feel like they need another punch? Because I feel like they're still $1 short on offense.
Yeah, I don't.
I agree.
Miami might not be done. I mean, I know as far as cap space, they're probably done, but like, I don't put nothing past Pat Riley in that organization, man. They pull rabbits out. They pull rabbits out of the hat all the time.
Does Tyler Hero get better?
Did you do a hero for Brandon Ingram?
Oh, hero for Brandon Ingram.
I don't know.
You lose a lot of shooting, man. Like again, I think me and you talked about this while we were in Miami.
It's that team either. I don't think Ingram's good.
Yeah. I don't think he's a heat culture guy. I think.
Do you think
they need Hero?
Does he get better?
I think Tyler. I think now they need it. They need him to get better. They need him to turn into Bubble Tyler Hero. I think if Tyler Hero doesn't start to look like Bubble, I think he does get moved. I think Miami knows that their timeline is now to win. Like they got Kyle Lowry, they got Jimmy Butler. Like Bam is young, obviously, but like they're 2 guys that they're paying the most right now. Besides Bam, are on the older side. So like, there's no way that you can think that you have another 2 years on this pipeline. So like, in my opinion, you got to go for it. That's why they made the moves they made. I think, like I said, and again, I talked to Rel about this. I was like, when he was like, well, you still got Duncan Robinson in your closing lineup. I was like, well, you're always going to have that one.
Yeah, you need him.
So defender in one of these closing lineups. Like that's what, but like the Bucks. Yeah, but he can shoot. Like so, like the Bucks got away with it because like so PJ Tucker's an awesome defender, but he lacks in offense. Like he can only shoot corner threes, right? Mm-hmm. But like that's the give and take when that's the price you pay when you have 3 or 4 really good defenders, right? So like you got to have that push and pull. So like if Duncan Robinson is your weakest defender you got out there and you got 4 really good defenders, then it's like you're pretty set. You're pretty good.
I fucked up.
And the Hornets are probably going to still be my favorite league pass team because I still want to see Lonzo. I mean, not Lonzo. I'm sorry, Melo. Hey,
you know what? The Heat going to be trouble. You want to know why? That Nigerian assassin, Gabe Vincent, still on the squad. Nigerian assassin.
When he goes back to the Jesse, he turns back into Gabe Vincent.
That's so funny. All right, so let's get into plus or minus. Okay,
I just don't think the Heat are. I look at their roster; they're not even like they don't really have a bench.
Yeah, they're not deep anymore. Tyler Hero's probably going to be their best bench scorer, but he's he looks like he's probably best for that role. Vic, oh yeah. See, I forgot about that. See, that's a good point, Ro. Like the fact that they got Vic. Again, we don't know what Vic's going to be. We have zero idea. We haven't seen what Vic's going to be. If they bet big and got Vic on a minimum deal, and Vic is 85% of when Vic looked like he was a top 5 shooting guard in the NBA, like they hit it out of the park with that. So that was good for them on that part. All right, so let's get to plus or minus real quick. First one, those who you guys know plus or minus by now. So first question for plus or minus. Plus or minus. Are the Lakers the favorites in the Western Conference with their new acquisitions? Plus or minus, Jesse?
Personally.
Let's start with personally.
Which is like, when I say personally, this is with bias.
I know. I know what that meant.
Oh, that's what I'm like.
I know what that meant. That's why I said it like that.
Minus. I don't think.
You don't think they're the favorite in the West?
I don't think they're the favorite in the West. I don't know who the favorite is, but I don't think the Lakers are.
Damn, you stole my answer. Real, plus or minus, are the Lakers now the favorites in the West with their new acquisitions?
Plus, we are.
Okay. You don't want to elaborate on that? You just want to say plus?
I just think that we've done everything right as far as we added a third banana, which we needed.
Yeah, does he know? Is he aware that he's a third banana?
Yes,
he knows.
Yeah.
He said they put their egos aside.
Brian had a conversation.
Who said this? Where was this interview? Somebody show me this interview.
Mark Spears said they had none. Brad Turner from the LA Times said Russell.
Send me this article. Send me this article after we're done.
Look for Brad Turner. I can send it to you. Brad Turner from LA Times said
send me this article after we're done.
Where they said they would put away differences and egos, and they're only focused on winning. They don't care about stats this year.
Well, I know 2 people who already don't have egos because they were 1A and 1B. I'm talking about the new alpha that's coming in.
No, he's coming here to win the championship, Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking a question. Why are you getting defensive?
There's two things that's the problem right now that are just looking at the team on paper. This is why to me they're not the favorite. Defense and 3-point shooting is not that. It's not. Okay.
Wow.
Boy, shooting. That's
we won that championship.
The Jarrell fake laugh always gets me.
We won 3-point shooting, Jesse. Who else the fuck are we supposed to sign when everybody's shooting?
I will agree with Rel. I'll agree with Rel on that point. That's pretty much all they can do.
Who else are we supposed to sign when everybody's shooting over 40%, Jesse?
Nobody's gonna be attacking the basket besides Russell LeBron, but they can't shoot.
Gracious. I mean, we got Monk, we got Ellington. I mean, what else do you want from Pelinka?
Okay.
Don't go to the parade. You're not welcome.
Okay. These are the guys you're gonna count on. These are the guys you're gonna count on when they start missing.
Castaways.
You know what I'm saying? When you start,
a whole bunch of castaways.
It's easy to hit threes when you're on bad teams. It's easy to be a good 3-point shooter when you're on bad teams.
So Wayne Ellington has just not been knocked down his whole career because he's been knocked.
Yeah, but if he was a girl, he'd be a pass around. He gets passed around to every team.
Did we not have Wayne Ellington before?
But he never played with Braun.
And that means what?
His own.
And that means what? And he was still shoot threes. That means what?
That's crazy. Go ahead next subject, Kevin. Go ahead next subject.
All right, so I want to. Okay, so damn, this is not even plus or minus. This is like a legit question. What happened? Where's Wes Matthews? Has he signed anywhere?
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna. He may be a late sign for somebody, but that sucks. I don't know. I'll run them back.
The Lakers may bring him back.
I don't know if I would take him over West or Monk though.
No, he's not starting. All right. So plus or minus second question. Lakers related again. What happens?
He may go to the Heat.
That'd suck. Plus or minus second question. What happens with Dennis Schroeder? Plus or minus? I don't even know how to make this a plus or minus. Plus he stays on the team. Minus he goes elsewhere.
Minus he signs with the Celtics.
I saw that.
I think there's like a sign and trade with him. I think the Lakers should try to pull off a sign and trade with him.
I want to be done. I want to be done. Yeah, I want to be done. No, just go. We want no ties to Dennis Schroeder ever again in life. That's it. We're done. Just sign with Boston for the 1 for 8. We don't even want to do a sign and trade.
If you can get him for something, then do it.
Absolutely.
Why you trying to do it for us when you don't want to root for us? Why are you trying to have a conversation?
Why
does that matter? Don't worry about our draft picks.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay. Bro. Anyway. All right. So last question. This one's not basketball or Laker related. All right. Plus or minus. Last question. Do we see from the baby at any time this year for the rest of the year? Plus or minus. Yes or no?
Minus. No, I don't think so.
You think he has to go away now?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go away naturally. He's just a dumbass, but I mean, that is naturally. He's just gonna. You can't come out with 2 fake ass apologies. Hey, this next one though for that other apology. I'm still sorry to the motherfucker from the other one, but I'm still sorry. But I'm cranking.
No, you know what happened, right? His first PR team sent him the apology, and he just copy and pasted. And then he fired them because the reaction for that one was so awful that he hired another PR team to apologize for the first PR team. That's what happened.
Oh, we're not gonna even talk about how he was supposed to go on Instagram and apologize and just double down.
On
what he said made no sense at all. And then tries to apologize afterward, and then figured it all out and said, "Hey, this entire week I've been learning."
The memes were I don't like to super duper agree with the internet, but the memes about him were actually right. The one where they did the Riley apologizing thing, or where Riley was apologizing for shit. He didn't give a fuck about saying about the gay shit. That was like 100% sure. Like that was like spot on amazingness. Yeah. He doesn't give a fuck.
It should be minus. He should just go away. Just go away.
This year, right? Like all the festivals cut him loose. He should just go.
The music wasn't even that smoking, bro. While he was out, honestly,
his music go up, man. I seen him. His music go up.
It didn't start out great with the whole,
music.
Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lane shit.
Yeah. And then he was already burying his own grave. He was picking him on the wrong side.
Okay,
somebody threw a shoe at his ass.
Okay, for anybody.
Hey, his reflexes though on 10.
And he saw what kind of
who threw that dirty ass Adidas?
I would say this for any rapper or any person that thinks they're untouchable.
Yeah,
this is how quickly everything goes. Anybody, you think you're untouchable? You think because you have
anybody that has a voice. Anybody that has a voice.
Exactly. You think one mistake. It's not even one mistake because it's actually piled on mistakes. Like it's
piled on mistakes. You keep that nobody else corrected.
Passes. Yeah, you kept getting passes, and then you made the big one. But yeah. So that's all I would say about that.
Yeah, I agree with that 110%. I think that's it. Unless anybody has anything else to talk about, I was gonna get my Kyrie Nike shit off, but we can save that for another episode. I think that's still gonna develop. I think I can bring that back up when the 8 actually officially releases, and I'll talk about it then.
You think it's getting worse now? What made Kyrie apologize?
His PR team, his money. Another fake ass apology, by the way. PR teams right now. Else. Yeah. I'm not gonna.
Can y'all switch a little thing up? Y'all all say the same shit. Like y'all all.
They always all say the same shit. Again, this piles onto the year Nike's had. I won't. We can talk about it at a later date, but just in my opinion, not a great year by Nike at all. As far as PR, and they're been in the news, like it seems like every month they've had something happen. And I thought maybe 1 month they didn't have something happen, but then here we go again with one of your most prominent athletes, who has one of the best selling shoes for kids, just saying I have nothing to do with this.
He pretty much nuked the shoe already. Like you can do any apology you want.
I've heard it's gonna go the other way. I heard since he doesn't like it, like people might consume it and just hold it to this,
Oh, it might become like rare.
Like it might come into this thing where people's like, this is the shoe Kyrie didn't like.
Yeah. I can see that.
It is what it is. All right, so once again, please go check out our YouTube channel. Thank you again for all our listeners and watchers that checked out our last YouTube video. It did really well. Please feed the algorithm. So please like, favorite, share, all that good stuff. Please check us out. Obviously, on our podcast is found. If you were listening, you already know where it's found on Apple and Google. We're working on Spotify, and I'm trying to get us on SoundCloud. See how that works. But yeah, if you guys ain't got nothing else to say, we can dip out. You guys have anything else to say?
No.
Thank you, Miami.
Thank you very much, Miami. We appreciate it. We loved our stay. We're those millennials, and we're out.